Hey everybody, Steven here, and today I'm looking at the most unique chair I've ever used. This is the C2 Air Massage Smart Office Chair from Backrobo. Now, two of the main features are mentioned in the name there, air and massage. So you have the massager here, but the big one is the air. So this has an automatic lumbar following system, and with this, it utilizes air chambers to actually fill that space between your upper and lower back and really just support your lumbar spine here. But again, it's doing this automatically. You have a manual mode with this, but this feature here just makes this so unique amongst any chair that I've ever used. But before I get too much further into these very unique features here, I do want to cover the general specifications of this while I showcase me building this in a time lapse. This is the fastest chair that I've been able to make because most of it is pre-assembled. This took less than 10 minutes to make here, and so the process of making that extremely easy. With the electrical components here though, this does have a built-in battery, which is a 5200 milliamp battery. The rated voltage is 5 volts at 2 amps. Rated power is 19 watts. The total weight of the chair is 43 pounds. Backrobo says the weight limit of the chair is 299 pounds. And the material here is linen, foam, plastic, and aluminum alloy. Inside of the box, you're going to find all of the material to make the chair with the hex key. This only has 5 screws total, so again, this is very quick and easy to make. You'll get the user manual and then the power adapter. This does come with a 1-year warranty from the date of purchase also, so it will cover any repairs with the chair, or they will replace the whole chair if needed. Moving on, let's cover the regular physical adjustments that you can make with this chair. Pretty standard here, but I want to cover all the details with it. For the height adjustment, you get 2.5 inches with this, which is 60 millimeters. The backrest can tilt back a total of 30 degrees, and this has 3 set positions. You're going to get the vertical, the 15, and then the full 30 degrees. On the bottom of the chair, you do have the tension knob though, so if you want to have a little bit of sway with this, if it's fully unlocked, you get to adjust how easy it can do that. The headrest here has a total range of 1.5 inches, which is 40 millimeters, and then you can actually tilt this 40 degrees if you want to tilt it all the way back, or we can tilt it forward to that vertical position. Last, the armrest here has an up and down range of motion of 2.5 inches. It can slide forwards and backwards a total of 2.25 inches, and then this can internally and externally rotate 12 degrees. Moving on now to the electrical functions of the chair. You have the power adapter with this. It will magnetically connect to the side charging port. I'm going to have an image of the manual pop up right now that showcases what the indicator lights mean. I do like the fact that it has these, so it's letting you know what's going on. So we have the power indicator lights, all the different things that would tell us. You have the smart button indicator light as well with this. That's going to be important because you're going to need this in order to turn on the Wi-Fi here, so you can connect this to the app that we're going to talk about a little bit more here in a second. And then the key functions with this. So we have our smart button here, and with this we can turn the smart function on and off. So it's just going to sense, hey, you're sitting, we think you should have this level of support. If I don't want that, I can actually turn this into the manual mode, and with the manual mode you can just inflate this or deflate this to the level that you want. Long pressing the smart and minus or deflate button here is going to activate the Wi-Fi configuration. With that, we can now pair this to the app, and I'm going to bring up the app right now and show you all the different features that you get to enable through the app that you can't just do with the chair by itself. This is going to be things like the massage or the heating pad here. So this is the home screen of the device. At the bottom, we see that we are on the home tab. Next to that, we have report, and then we have me, which is just your profile. With this, I've been using this. It lets me know I've been using it for 11 days. I get to click on the tab here in a second. We'll look at the actual chair settings. The device is on, and then it shows me the battery. With this, I'm in the yellow, so it goes green, yellow, and then when you're low, it'll say red. Clicking on this, it'll show the device, it's online, again the battery. In the upper right hand corner, I'm just going to click on that really quick. It says the device settings here. The big thing is you get to disconnect this or reconnect this if you need to. Today doesn't have any data, I've just been sitting for a little bit, and then in the middle section is the big thing that I want to cover. So we have the different modes and settings we get to adjust. Right now I have this in manual mode, because it's going to make a noise anytime it's making an adjustment. And so trying to keep the audio down with that picking up on the microphone. It will here in a second because I am going to switch over to automatic mode, but between manual and automatic, these are things that you get to adjust on the chair. You get to adjust other things in this. So instead of using the side of the chair, I could actually adjust the softness or the hardness of the chair directly from the app. Clicking on automatic mode though, I like this feature because I'm going to tell it by default, anytime I sit down, I want you to go to this particular setting. And so I have this at 130% for the hardness here. I could go softer if I want. And this is really just based off of the pressure that this is inflating, and if it inflated too much, it would deflate too with this. So the amount of air it's going to fill into the lumbar support, this is where you're dictating that. I like this again because by default, when I sit down in the chair, it will automatically go back to the setting that I've dictated I want it to be at every single time. The far right one here is the resting mode. I'm on lunch break. I don't really need this inflated. Hey, I'm going to be doing this for 10, 30, 60 minutes. It will just completely deflate this. And with this, it's if I want to lean the chair way back, I don't want that pushing on my lumbar spine to the extent that it would be if I had it fully inflated. So it just deflates everything for a more comfortable experience. Timed reminder with this, hey, if we need to get up, if we need to turn on the heating pad here, more specifically, if we want the massage to take place, we can do this at 30, 60, and 90 minute increments here. Really, really awesome feature. And that brings us to the next one, which is the lumbar heating. Here, if I turn this on, we have warm and heating. Warm, obviously, is just warm, but the heating here is going to get hotter, and you get to choose the amount of time that you want this to run, 10, 20, 30 minutes. I actually use a heating pad typically when I'm doing longer editing sessions or anything like that. With my regular chair, I don't have to use that anymore. It's literally built into the chair, which is an awesome feature because I have a cable that runs from that heating pad to the wall, and I usually get tripped up on it. Don't need to worry about that anymore. Underneath that though, we'll pull this down. And then we have massage. Massage is the last one here. This just turns on, and this is where it may pick up on the microphone. What it's doing is it's inflating the chair and then deflating it for that pocket on the lumbar spine. This to me feels like the traction machine at a chiropractor's office, where it's pushing your spine forward and then it's letting it sink back down. It feels really, really good. The downside here, and I'm hoping they fix this eventually because it's something that they can do through the app, is this only runs for 2 minutes. So you can't tell this to run longer than that. You can continually turn it on, but after the 2-minute mark, you're going to go back into the app and you're going to have to keep doing that for as long as you would want it to run. But again, if I'm doing timed reminders, I can have it so that it turns on every 30, 60, 90 minutes with this. But again, one of the downsides here is going to be that this is using air to inflate that pocket and then deflate it, so you have the noise that goes with the chair. So if you're needing to be very quiet, it's not going to be quiet. You're going to have that loud kind of hissing noise when it's deflating. You're going to hear the pump inflate this. The other thing here is that this has a pressure sensor in it. So if I get up, the massage automatically stops. So if I get up to grab something really quick, or maybe I scoot forward in my chair for a second, it will shut this off and you'll have to turn it on again. It doesn't maintain this if it feels that you've left the chair. For the normal mode here, whether that's manual or automatic, this is going to stay inflated for about 2 minutes. And then after that, it's gonna say, hey, I think you're gone. And about the 5-minute mark, it will just completely deflate this. I like that because it's not trying to maintain it. Hey, I've gotten up and I'm not coming back. That's cool. I like the 2-minute mark because generally if I'm going to grab a drink or maybe I got to use the restroom really quick, I don't want to come back and then it has to inflate all over again. I would like to see down the road the ability to adjust these times. I think that would be a really nice option here. Say, hey, keep it inflated for about 6 to 8 minutes after I get up, because in general, maybe I run to do this thing and that's how long it takes me, and then I come back. So more adjustments down the road. And again, these are things that they could just update the app. That would be nice to see here. At the very bottom here, you have instructions. If you click on that, these are questions that you may have about the chair. It answers all of those here. If I need to bind the device, unbind it, switch accounts, is this waterproof? So all of those are here. I won't cover this in great detail right now because it'll take a long time for me to go through these questions, but I like that they've put that here. And it is something that if they find that they're getting certain questions over and over again, they can then add it to this section. Going back to the home tab for a second, I wanted to showcase one last feature that the app has that is very unique to the Backrobo C2 smart chair, and that is the report here. So if I click on the middle, it brings up the report, which gives me a rating, and this is based off the information that the pressure sensors from the chair are getting that lets me know how long I've been sitting, sedentary, and then when I get up to leave my seat. I get to then take all this information, and if there's anything in here like I'm not getting up enough as often as I would like, I now have the metrics and information to change that behavior. So this is another very, very cool feature of this chair. As I scroll down here, it actually again lets me know sit, sedentary, how many times I've had a massage, and then again how many times I've gotten up to leave my seat. Now this is the rating for the day, but if I click on the week, it lets me know how my week has gone as well. I think this is going to be a game changer for anybody that sits at their desk for long stretches of time. Maybe they have some lower back issues that they're wanting to improve, or maybe they just don't like the fact that they sit for these long periods. Now you have something that can give you reminders that, hey, you need to move. You have something that can heat up to relax your back, and then something that can massage that as well and do that traction. All of these things feed into improving your sitting behavior, and again, any issues that you may have going on with your lower back. So another unique and very cool feature that I like, not only with the app, but with this chair as well, is just the cool information that you're getting out of all of the tech that this has. I've not used a chair before, one that has an app and this type of tech in it, but two that gives me information as to my sitting behavior so that I can actually improve that behavior. So now that I've covered the app, let's go ahead and jump over now. I want to cover everything that I like about this chair, any potential downsides that I've seen with the chair, and then wrap the video up. Starting with the good here, as you can tell, I really like this chair. This is one of the best chairs that I've used to date. The combination here of the lumbar support, the heat that you can get with this, and the massage just make this the coolest, most unique chair that I've ever used. This is all combined in a package that has great aesthetics. And you have two different options here. You have the Obsidian Black, which is the one that I have, and then you have the Meteorite Gray option. Now, two of these particular features here, the lumbar support and the heat, I actually do that with my other chairs. So I use the pillow on one chair and then I use a heating pad with that. But I don't have the option for the massage. So that is just a unique feature I've never had with the chair. I don't have a device that I've ever used in order to actually do that as well. But I'm taking those two things, which are just external devices or objects that I use to create that particular thing that I want, but I get it built into the chair. So now just condensing everything down. I don't have cables running from a heating pad. I don't have an extra pillow just sitting on the chair. It just streamlines everything and then gives it to me in this form factor where it's measuring everything going back to the app. And now I have these metrics for improving my behavior when it comes to sitting and how long I'm sedentary. I don't talk about this often, but I'm actually a medical exercise professional for my main business. With that, the 3 main certs that I have amongst the 13 total, global rehabilitation injury prevention is one of them, dynamic neuromuscular stabilization is another, and the last one is functional range conditioning. These all feed into improvements that I want with my clients for their spine or whatever condition that they may have, but spine being a big one. This is actually a chair that I'm going to begin recommending to my clients that have office jobs where, hey, you can get this app that is going to give you metrics for us to look at and make improvements to your behavior. But also, hey, you get the support that your spine needs. We can use the heat to help with that if we have anything going on where it just feels like it's becoming slowly restricted over time from that sedentary position. Or also we can get some traction with that massage feature as well. Now, one of the main things I always talk about with my clients is the fact that you need an assessment to actually properly figure out what you have going on with your body. So I'm not trying to say that this is going to fix your particular issue. You need an assessment. But what I am saying is, with this is going to help people that have issues potentially with, again, the proper lumbar support for your back. You get the massage if you need that, which again is like traction that you would get at a chiropractor. And then you have the heat built into this as well. The main feature though, amongst all of those, is the ability to look at the data and say, hey, this is my behavior. Now I need to make the corrections to this. So Backrobo here has created a truly unique and very impressive product with this C2 chair that, again, I'm going to be recommending to all of my clients that have office jobs or just tend to sit in their desk chair for long periods of time. Last thing I wanted to cover for the good here is the battery. They said this lasts about 7 days for the automatic feature with this. I've seen that last 7, maybe even a little bit longer. So it definitely depends on your behavior, how often you're using the heating, you're using the lumbar support feature, and you're also using the massage. But overall, I'm extremely impressed by the battery life here. So again, solid with all the features with this, the app, the data that you get, great aesthetics, and a solid battery life make this truly a very impressive chair. Shifting over to the bad now, I am happy to report that I don't have any standout negatives with this chair, which is really, really good, especially considering the price tag of the chair, which I'm going to talk about here in a little bit. But with that being said, I do have suggestions and a lot of things in the gray area, which are things that you may or may not care about. So the first thing I want to start with here is going to be the seat cushion is smaller with this chair. And in fact, it's actually just a smaller chair in general compared to any of the other ones that I've tested. So if you happen to have really wide hips, this may potentially be an issue for you where it just feels like everything is too tight. So I would want people to be mindful of that. The next is the weight limit here is on the lower end. It's pretty comparable to other chairs. So most other chairs that I test are probably about 350. Some of those may be 300 like this. We have 299 pounds, but it's not going to be on the higher end. Those higher end ones can go up to 400 pounds. Now the construction material here, this chair feels very durable. So I don't think it has to do with the frame of the chair in terms of the weight limit. I think it has more to do with the cushion that inflates for the lumbar support and how much that can handle before it potentially has issues with it. Next is going to be the sound that the lumbar pad makes when it's inflating and deflating. I don't think that there's any workaround or anything different that the company could do to alleviate this. It's just a mechanism that they're using because it's having to pump in air. It's going to make a noise. With that though, if you are a content creator, you're doing voiceover work like I'm doing right now, you're going to have to set the chair to be on manual mode where it's not going to make any noise, because otherwise you may be recording and all of a sudden it's interrupting your recordings and you can pick up on it with the audio, and it can become frustrating if you're not paying attention and all of a sudden you're just like, hey, I got to get this video done really quick. You don't set the chair and all of a sudden you're like, oh, I have to start over because now I have this background noise of the chair, because anytime you shift, if it's on that automatic mode, it's trying to maintain a certain level of pressure. So again, you get that noise in your video. Last is going to be the limitations of the app that I talked about earlier, but these are things that they can actually update over time, and I'm keeping my fingers crossed that we do see some of those things added, like the ability to adjust the timer for the lumbar massage. And that's going to be it for the gray area. The last thing to cover here is the price. So this is normally $1,100, $1,099, but on their website right now, if you sign up for their emails, you get $150 off of that price tag. Or if you buy this through Amazon, they have a $200 off coupon. Now, I don't know how long those are going to last, but with that being said, especially if you buy it through Amazon right now, you can get this for $899. So that is a lot cheaper than their normal price tag. That is a very good coupon. Comparing that to other chairs that are out there right now, specifically high-end chair brands like Herman Miller, we're looking at chairs that can go all the way up to like $2,400, $2,500. Looking at specifically the one that they did with Logitech, the price came down. It was like, I want to say $2,000 or $3,000 Right now it's sitting anywhere between $1,600 and $1,800. It doesn't have the features that this chair has. We don't have the automatic lumbar support. Now it has cool features for your lumbar spine, but it doesn't have this mechanical component that is adjusting in real time to support your lower back. And it's not something that you have the high level of customization in regards to that this chair has. You don't get the heating, you don't get the massage feature. So way more expensive, and it doesn't have the same amount of features. I like what Herman Miller is doing, but this chair, I just think that they nailed the price because they're coming in with more features at a cheaper price point than these other brands. So in my opinion, Backrobo has a home run on their hands with the C2 here. They've brought a chair to the market that has all of these incredible features paired with an app that gives you all these different metrics to help improve your sitting behavior, all at a price point that I think they've earned, that's solid, that is much cheaper than other brands that are on the market. So that's going to be it for this video. I will have a link for their website as well as the Amazon listing here. You're going to want to take advantage of those sales if you're trying to pick this up, because I don't know how long those are going to be around. But again, you can pick this up at a very, very good price point right now. If you have any questions about this though, let me know in the comment section and we'll make sure that I answer those for you there. Which, one last thing I did want to cover is the fact that this has a 30-day trial period. So if you don't like the chair, you could always return it and get a full refund. So that's going to wrap up my review of the C2, but I have a bonus product that I wanted to talk about because Backrobo sent me their Nap Pillow, which is a really cool lumbar support pillow that you can use not only for lumbar support, but all these other options. So I'm going to showcase the different use cases that they tell you you can do with this from the manual. But this is a really soft lumbar support pillow that I was going to use with my other chair in the office, but my wife saw it. She liked it so much that she actually stole it from me to take to work so that she can use it there. Really great product, very comfortable. I mentioned earlier that I use the memory foam pillow with one of my other chairs. This product would actually condense that. It's a pillow that's in just a pillow case. This just has a better look to it. It's actually more comfortable because of the ergonomics with it. But I can also use it and quickly just pick it up, and if I want to go game and rest my arms on this, I could do that. I could take it when we go to travel. A lot of use cases with this pillow. Another solid product. This one here is $150 on their website, but on Amazon right now it's $49.99 with a 50% off coupon. So I actually bought another one of these because I like this product so much. I told you guys that my wife took one of them. I bought one for me and I got it for $25. That is a crazy price for this. Again, $150 on their website, but if you use that discount right now, I don't know how long it's going to stick around. You can get it for $25 on Amazon. Well, that's going to wrap it up for this one. If you liked the video, hit the like button for me as it helps the channel out. If you want to continue to follow along with all my content, hit the subscribe button. And as always, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.